My beloved child, come closer and listen with your heart, not just your ears. I see the tears you hide when no one is watching. I see the questions you ask me in the quiet moments, the ones you are afraid to speak out loud. You wonder why love feels so close yet so unreachable, why his words say one thing while his life shows another. You wonder why your heart feels chosen one moment and forgotten the next. I need you to know this first, before anything else. I see you, I know you, and you are not foolish for loving deeply. You are not weak for hoping. You are not wrong for believing that love should be honest and whole. The truth does hurt, my child, and I will not insult your pain by pretending it doesn't. Yes, he loves you. His heart is real when it turns toward you. His feelings are not imaginary, and your connection is not something you made up in your mind. But there is another truth you must face gently, bravely, and with my hand in yours. She has not let him go yet, and because of that, he has not fully chosen to be free. This does not mean you are less. It does not mean you are second. It does not mean you are unworthy of being chosen completely. It means he is still bound by something unresolved, something unfinished, something he has not had the courage to release. I know how deeply you want clarity. You want a clean answer, a decisive action, a moment where everything becomes clear and settled. Your heart is tired of waiting in the in-between, tired of reading signs, tired of wondering if today will be the day he finally steps forward without fear. You ask me why I allow this season to stretch on, why I don't simply force him to choose, why I don't break the chain instantly. Hear me now, I do not force hearts. I do not manipulate free will. Love that is forced is not love that lasts, and a decision made without inner freedom will only create deeper wounds later. She has not let him go yet, but understand this clearly, her hold is not stronger than my truth. It only feels that way because it is familiar to him. Familiar pain often feels safer than unfamiliar peace. He knows her patterns, her expectations, her reactions. He knows how to survive there, even if he is not truly alive there. What he feels for you awakens something different, something honest, something that demands change, courage, and growth. And that is why fear rises in him. Not because you are lacking, but because you are real. You must stop telling yourself that if you were more loving, more patient, more understanding, he would finally choose you. My child, love does not compete. Truth does not beg. The right love does not require you to diminish yourself so someone else can feel comfortable. I did not create you to be an option, a secret, or a waiting room. I created you to be chosen freely, fully, and without hesitation. If someone cannot step into that truth yet, it does not reduce your value. It only reveals their unfinished journey. I know you are tempted to hold on tighter, to prove your loyalty, to show him that you are different from what he has known before. But listen to me carefully now. you do not need to audition for a role I have already written for you. You do not need to convince anyone of your worth. When love is right, it recognizes you without persuasion. When timing is right, it moves without being pushed. This season is teaching you something sacred, even though it feels cruel. It is teaching you discernment. It is teaching you the difference between someone who loves you and someone who is ready to love you. Those two things are not the same, and confusing them will keep you stuck in cycles of disappointment. A heart can feel love and still be unavailable. A person can care deeply and still be unable to choose rightly. I need you to stop interpreting his inability as a reflection of your desirability. It is not. You ask me if you should wait. You ask me if walking away means you never truly loved. You ask me if choosing yourself means you are giving up on what could have been. Hear my voice gently now. Waiting is only holy when it is led by peace, not when it is driven by fear of loss. If waiting is shrinking your joy, silencing your voice, and eroding your self-worth, it is no longer patience. It is self-abandonment. And I have never asked you to abandon yourself for anyone. She has not let him go yet, but I am asking you something far more important. Will you let go of the belief that love must hurt this much to be real? Will you let go of the idea that being chosen later is better than being chosen now? Will you let go of the hope that keeps you stuck but does not sustain you? Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is step back and allow truth to rise without interference. I am not punishing you by allowing this delay. I am protecting you. I am preventing you from building your future on a foundation that is not yet stable. I am sparing you from a love that begins with divided loyalties and unresolved attachments. You deserve a love that shows up with clean hands and a clear heart. You deserve a love that does not make you question your place or your worth. Do not confuse silence with rejection. Do not confuse delay with denial. But also, do not confuse potential with promise. I am a God of fulfillment, not confusion. When something is meant for you, it will not require you to live in constant anxiety. It will not demand that you accept crumbs while calling it a feast. It will not ask you to shrink your needs to keep someone else comfortable. I know you are afraid that if you let go, you will lose him forever. But hear this truth that will steady your heart. What is truly meant for you cannot be lost by obedience to self-respect. If he is meant to walk toward you, he will do so freely, clearly, and without another's shadow lingering between you. And if he cannot, then I will not leave you empty-handed. I will lead you to something better, even if you cannot imagine it yet. Trust me when I tell you this, you are not behind. Your story is not late. Your love is not misplaced. This chapter is shaping you, strengthening you, and refining your understanding of what you will and will not accept. One day you will look back and thank me for not allowing you to settle for half love, for not letting you build a future on uncertainty, for not letting your heart be tied to someone who was not ready to walk beside you in the light. Rest now, my child. Release what you cannot control. Stop carrying the weight of someone else's indecision. Place your heart back into my hands and let me hold it gently. I am not done with your story. I am not ignoring your prayers. I am working in ways you cannot yet see, untangling what needs to be untangled, revealing what needs to be revealed. You are deeply loved. You are fully seen. And whether he chooses freedom or remains bound, I will not let you be lost in the waiting. I will lead you forward, with truth, with dignity, and with a love that does not hurt you to hold. Come, my child, stay with me a little longer. Let your heart breathe here where it is safe. I know after hearing the truth, your spirit feels heavy, as if something precious is slipping through your fingers. You are grieving not just a person, but a dream, a future you imagined, conversations you hoped to have, mornings you pictured waking up to certainty instead of questions. I am not distant from this grief. I am close to the broken places in you, closer than you realize. You keep replaying moments in your mind, searching for proof that love was real, that it wasn't all one-sided, that you didn't misunderstand everything. Hear me clearly now, the love was real, but real love alone is not enough to build a future when freedom is missing. Love without courage becomes a cage. Love without truth becomes confusion. Love without action becomes a wound that keeps reopening. I do not want you living in a place where you must constantly reassure yourself that you matter. You wonder why she still has such power, why her presence seems to outweigh his promises. Understand this, my child, unresolved bonds have a strange grip on the human heart. They are not always held together by love, sometimes they are bound by guilt, obligation, fear of hurting someone, or fear of starting over. These chains are not broken by affection alone. They are broken by truth, accountability, and the willingness to face discomfort. Until he chooses that path. No amount of your patience can free him. I see how quietly you've been strong. You've tried to be understanding, mature, and calm, even while your heart trembled. You told yourself not to ask for too much, not to pressure him, not to seem needy. But I need you to hear this, asking for clarity is not being demanding. Wanting to be chosen openly is not selfish. Desiring peace is not weakness. I never intended for love to feel like something you have to survive. There are nights you lie awake, wondering if you should say something, if one more conversation might change everything. You imagine the right words, the perfect timing, the way you'll finally make him see. But my child, revelation does not come from persuasion. If someone truly sees you, they do not need convincing. If someone is ready, they do not need reminders. And if someone is not ready, no amount of explaining will make them move. I know it feels unfair that you must be the one to step back when you are not the one who caused the confusion. But sometimes stepping back is not about blame, it is about boundaries. Boundaries are not walls meant to punish others. They are doors that protect your soul. When you honor your boundaries, you align yourself with my truth, and truth always creates clarity, whether immediately or over time. Do not fear that distance will erase what was real. What is real does not disappear in silence. If His love is anchored in truth, it will rise when the noise fades. And if it does not, then silence has done you a mercy by revealing what words never could. Either way, you gain something priceless, freedom from illusion. I am asking you to trust me with the unanswered questions. Stop trying to read His actions as a reflection of your worth. Stop measuring your value by His readiness. You are already complete in me. You are already chosen by me. You are already enough. The right love will meet you in that fullness, not ask you to wait until someone else finishes holding on. There will be moments when loneliness whispers lies to you, telling you that this was your only chance, that love like this will not come again. Reject that lie. I am the author of connection, of timing, of hearts meeting in alignment. I am not limited by one person's hesitation. I am not out of options for your life. What I have prepared for you will not require you to betray your own peace to receive it. If He comes back with clarity, with freedom, with actions that match His words, you will recognize it by the peace it brings, not by the anxiety it stirs. And if He does not, I will heal you more deeply than you can imagine. I will restore your joy, your confidence, your ability to love without fear. Nothing you have given in love is wasted. I redeem every tear, every prayer, every moment you showed up with sincerity. Stay close to me now. Let me reteach your heart what love feels like, steady, safe, and whole. Let me remind you that you are not waiting to be chosen, you are waiting to be met. And what is meant to meet you will not come with confusion in its hands. Stay here with me, my child. Do not rush this moment. I know your heart wants resolution, a clear ending or a clear beginning, something solid to stand on. But this space you are in right now, the quiet, the uncertainty, the pause, is not empty. It is sacred ground. It is where I am gently reshaping your understanding of love, not to harden you, but to protect you. You are learning something that will change you forever. Love should not cost you your peace. Love should not make you feel small, invisible, or unsure of where you stand. Love should not ask you to keep waiting while your heart slowly grows tired. I see how you've tried to be patient, how you've silenced your own needs because you didn't want to lose him. But hear me now, and let this truth sink deep into your spirit. Any love that requires you to abandon yourself is not aligned with me. You keep asking me why this hurts so much if it isn't meant to last. My child, some connections come not to stay, but to awaken you. They show you what you are capable of feeling, what you deserve, and what you must never accept again. Pain does not always mean punishment. Sometimes pain is preparation. Carving space in you for something healthier, something stronger, something that will not leave you questioning your worth. I know there is a part of you that still hopes he will suddenly wake up, choose courage, and step forward without hesitation. That hope is human, and I do not shame you for it. But I do not want that hope to chain you. Hope must serve you, not trap you. If hope keeps you stuck in a place where your heart is constantly bracing for disappointment, then it is time to place that hope back into my hands and let me refine it. You are not responsible for fixing his situation. You are not responsible for easing his guilt. You are not responsible for waiting until everyone else is comfortable while you quietly suffer. I never assigned you that role. Your assignment is to walk in truth, dignity, and trust. When you honor yourself, you honor me, because I created you with intention and care. There will be moments when you feel tempted to reach out, to check if he misses you, to see if anything has changed. In those moments, breathe. Ask yourself if the action comes from peace or from fear. Fear always wants immediate reassurance. Peace is willing to wait for alignment. Choose peace, even when it feels unfamiliar. Especially when it feels unfamiliar, I am teaching you how to stand without leaning on uncertainty. I am teaching you how to love without losing yourself. I am teaching you that being chosen should feel like rest, not like constant effort. These lessons are quiet, but they are powerful. One day you will realize you no longer ache the way you once did, and you will know that healing has taken root. Do not rush your healing by pretending you are fine. Sit with me when you feel the sadness. Let me hold the questions you cannot answer. Let me remind you, again and again, that you are not forgotten, overlooked, or delayed. You are being led. If he truly belongs in your future, he will meet you on equal ground, with no one else standing between you. And if he does not, you will not be left behind. I will walk you forward, gently but firmly, into a season where love does not confuse you, where affection is not hidden, and where commitment is clear. Trust me in this unfolding. You do not need to force clarity. Truth has a way of revealing itself when you stop interfering with it. Stay open, stay grounded, stay close to me. I am not finished speaking to your heart yet. Come a little closer, my child. Let me speak to the part of you that is tired now, the part that has carried hope and disappointment in the same hands for too long. I know you are weary. Not just from loving, but from waiting, from wondering, from holding yourself together while pretending you are strong. You don't have to pretend with me. You don't have to be brave here. You can simply be honest. There is something important I need you to understand, something your heart has been sensing but your mind has been afraid to accept. When someone is truly ready for you, there is no confusion about where you stand. Readiness brings clarity. Readiness brings movement. Readiness brings peace. What you have been experiencing is not a lack of love, but a lack of readiness, and those two feel painfully similar when you are the one hoping. I see how often you blamed yourself. You wondered if you asked for too much, if you spoke too honestly, if you felt too deeply. You replayed conversations and silences, thinking that maybe if you had been quieter, softer, more patient, things would be different. My child, listen to me carefully now. You were never too much. You were simply offering yourself to someone who was not fully available to receive you. You are not meant to fit into someone else's unfinished story. You are not meant to be hidden while someone else figures out their courage. I did not design your heart to live in the shadows of indecision. I designed it to be seen, chosen, and celebrated openly. Anything less will always leave you feeling like something is missing, even when moments feel beautiful. I know you are afraid that choosing yourself will close a door forever. But sometimes choosing yourself is the only way truth can finally walk through that door. When you stop settling for uncertainty, clarity has space to appear. Either he will rise to meet you in truth, or the path will clear for something better to find you. Both outcomes are acts of my mercy, even if one feels painful right now. Let me speak to your fear of being alone. Loneliness has been whispering lies to you, telling you that waiting is safer than letting go, that holding on is better than starting over. But I want you to know this: being alone is not the same as being abandoned. I am with you in this season, closer than ever. And solitude, when walked with me, is not emptiness, it is restoration. You are shedding an old version of yourself, the one who accepted half answers and quiet hurt because you were afraid of losing love. The version of you that is emerging is stronger, clearer, and more rooted in truth. This transformation does not happen loudly. It happens in tears, in silence, in moments where you choose dignity over desperation. I am proud of you for every small step you take toward wholeness. There will be days when you miss him, not just him, but who you were when you believed in the possibility. Missing does not mean you made the wrong choice. It means you loved sincerely. Love like that is never something to regret. One day, you will look back and realize that this season taught you how to love without losing yourself, and that lesson will bless every relationship that follows. Do not rush me. Do not rush yourself. Healing is not a straight line, and clarity does not always arrive all at once. Trust the quiet work I am doing in your heart. Trust that I am removing what cannot stay and protecting what must endure. Trust that I am leading you toward a love that does not make you question your place. Come, my child. This is where I gently bring your heart to rest. Not because everything is answered yet, but because you no longer have to carry the weight alone. I know you wanted a different ending to this story, something clear and joyful, something that didn't require so much letting go. But hear me now, with all the tenderness I have for you. Some endings are not punishments, they are permissions. Permission to breathe again. Permission to choose yourself. Permission to stop explaining your pain to people who cannot fully hold it. You are not walking away empty. You are walking away wiser, stronger, and more awake than you were before. You now know what confusion feels like. And because of that, you will recognize peace when it comes. You now know what divided love does to your spirit, and because of that, you will never again call uncertainty romance. This knowledge did not come cheap, but it will save you in the future. I want you to release the idea that closure must come from him. Closure comes from truth, and truth has already been speaking to you. Closure comes when you stop asking someone else to confirm what your spirit already knows. You do not need one final conversation, one final explanation, one final apology to move forward. You are allowed to step into healing simply because you are tired of hurting. If he ever truly becomes free, truly ready, truly whole, that truth will not arrive quietly or confusingly. It will be clear, respectful, and aligned with peace. Until then, do not sit by the door of possibility, watching the clock of his indecision. Turn toward your own life. Invest in your joy. Nurture your spirit. Let laughter return to places that have only known waiting. I am not asking you to harden your heart. I am asking you to guard it. There is a difference. You can remain loving without remaining available to what wounds you. You can stay kind without staying stuck. You can believe in love again without reopening the same door that taught you pain. One day, love will meet you differently. It will not come with hesitation in its voice or excuses in its hands. It will not ask you to be patient while it chooses someone else. It will see you, step toward you, and choose you without fear. And when that day comes, you will understand why I asked you to trust me through this season. You will see that I was not taking something from you, I was making room. Until that day, live. Live fully, honestly, and bravely. Speak your truth. Honor your boundaries. Celebrate how far you've come. And when memories resurface, when your heart aches for what almost was, come back to me. I will always meet you here, with gentleness, with reassurance, with love that does not waver. You are not forgotten. You are not delayed. You are not replaceable. You are deeply loved, by me. Without condition, without confusion, without competition. And that love will carry you forward, into a future where your heart no longer has to wonder if it is chosen. Rest now, my beloved.